right, today, re-roofing the garage here on a piece of land that I'm actually turning into an RV park. Ooh, exciting. What I'm gonna be doing is going with a material that doesn't require tearing off the previous asphalt shingles. I've never done a roof like this before, and I'm beyond excited that something like this exists because tear off is such a major part of the process and an inconvenience. So I'm gonna leave the asphalt shingles on the roof and then go right over top with a on-the-line product called Endura. From a distance, you might think Endura is a metal roofing, but it's actually an asphalt composite, which means it's easier to work with and it won't rust. Okay, home for the day. Okay, we're gonna leave a 2-inch overhang off the eave, and we're gonna pop a chalk line on where the first panel should land back here in the field, and that way we can align each panel as we go. We're gonna have Jacob down on the ground, and what I like to do, because this is like my 4th roof of installing Endura, I think. I like to pre-drill the holes and have a template, and then that way whenever they're passed up to the roof, we don't even have to measure or use spacers, we could just throw in screws. Thanks. Know that these come in a multitude of different colors. We're gonna be going with brown on this roof and the screws that match. My teammates for the day, that's Gary. He's my best friend and right-hand man. I bring him in on 90-degree hot weather Texas days to do roofing jobs with me. And then y'all should know Jacob by now. If Gary's my right hand, Jacob's my left hand. He's used to doing hot degree Texas projects with me.
I want a smoky tunnel to run out of.
Okay, I'll work on it. And we give you Jacob! Okay, so when thinking about which side of the roof to start on, there's kind of 2 factors to consider. One is which way are the prevailing winds coming from? In my case, typically this way to that way. And then the second thing is each one needs an overlap. And so this is the front of the property, and when looking down this roof line, you're gonna be looking this way. So starting on that side of the roof makes sense in both cases, because then as each panel gets added, the overlap is gonna be not seen as visibly as it will if we were to start on this end. So first panel is gonna get laid down yonder. That means over there. Unfortunately, the tree limbs damaged the shingles, so have to get them out of the way or they'll rub. I have 13 chainsaws, and of course I didn't bring a single one. I'm not lying, I have 13. Okay. Last one. Should be good. All right, let's lay down new shingles. So when overlapping these, they overlap by 1 corrugation. The tops have markers on where the screw locations need to go, but we're not doing that yet because then we'll come back and do that screwing down whenever we lay the next row on. Same thing on leaving the last corrugation empty of screws right now, because we'll screw that whenever we have to overlap the next one. Now know that whenever you're screwing these panels down, they have almost like an accordion feel to them. There's some give and flex. So as you're laying down the rows, don't just rely on the 1 corrugation overlap. Be measuring, like be looking at that chalk line and say, are you a 1/4 inch above or below it? Because you can expand out the top and kind of like fan them, if you will, as you're going along to make it nice and straight. And then, importantly, whenever you're screwing these down, you want to seat that gasket underneath the washer all the way to the material, but you don't want to crush the material. If I would have brought a second drill, then I would actually be using that over an impact, but since I'm using an impact, I'm just being careful of how much I'm screwing them down. Another thing on these is that you definitely want to go into the high point of the corrugations and not the valleys. This is where water is going to collect and be running off the roof, so we want to be on the high point in order to get away from most of the moisture. Hey Jake, we another box of screws. Scrolls?
That was bad.
Thanks. All right, so what we did is we did the starter row, the very first row on this side and the other side, because those are the ones that you need to pay the most attention to. And then filling in, it just like goes so much quicker. That's why we're kind of hopping around from both sides. We had Jacob down on the bed of the truck, being the cut man, cutting the panels that needs, anything that needs cut, which is gonna be the third row, as well as the end strips. Whenever you get over to the gable ends, those are cut lengthwise, like a hot dog, in order to line up a corrugation with your gables. Then the way that my roof is working out is we're gonna have 2 full rows, and then the third row is gonna be a half. And so again, Jacob is down there doing all of those cuts. You can cut this stuff with the circular saw. Another thing that's making this go quicker is Jacob is staging full panels as our second row, and then the third panels kind of up near the ridge. And then Gary and I started on row 3 on this side of the roof, but then we ran out of Jacob fed panels, so then we switched over to doing row 2. Other than that, guys, it's really incredible how quickly this goes. We're an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours fully into it at this point, and you can see we're already over halfway done. Of course, not having any tear off to do drastically saves, and this is my 4th Ondura roof to put on, so I'm a little bit flowy already. And this is my first time to have 3 people, and this is the way to do it. 2 people installing, 1 person feeding, cutting, and pre-drilling. Rock and roll. On the second row, we have a one corrugation overlap. What Gary's job is, if whoever's up at the top, is you can make sure that the top of the new panel is in line with the old panel. Then my job down here is to make sure that these are seated, these corrugations are seated nice and neat. And Ondura has a screw strip, if you will, on where the screws are supposed to be placed. And I'm making sure that my side, my screw strip lines up with the previous row of screw strip. And that's just making sure that the panel is going on square. Now, whenever on the screw pattern, whenever you're overlapping, the very first row is gonna get every single corrugation screwed down. But then in the field, which is on 2-foot centers, every other corrugation gets screwed down. Hey Jake, will you throw me up a box of screws? So this is a good example on why we're hopping around. In order to put down this strip, we need to put down this panel, but we don't want to lose our walkway here. So we're actually now going to jump to row 3, complete most of that, and then we'll finish this for very last. We are rocking and rolling. Woohoo! Every time we move to a new spot, burns your hiney. I think hiney is such a funny word. All in all, I think this job took us roughly 4 hours from the first time we put down a panel to the very last screw. It is unbelievable, not only having 3 people, how much quicker it makes it go, but also removing the tear off stage. If you're needing a new roof, then absolutely check out the Ondura line by Ondaline. The first time I installed this roofing by myself, it was actually on the 2018 shop build that I did. And you can still go back and watch that video if you want to check out how it looks on a larger roof. But I can tell you, even to this day, it's holding up great. Stay tuned for updates on the upcoming RV park, and I'll see you guys on my next build. Wearing my little buoy hat, or is it a boonie? Today's buoy hat day. I got a little cinch, in case I want to be ultra nerdy. I know it looks ridiculous, but it's 90 degrees here in Texas. It's supposed to be fall. Wait, did we switch back to cowboy hats?
Well, you missed the memo?
Yeah, I missed the memo. I need my,
numbered hours.
give me my cowboy hat.
And
I'm not,
hours of boonies.